The Silverado Ballroom was built in the 30s, and up until the war and after the World War II, it was a very popular dance place. It's a fairly significant Art Deco corner, one of the few left in town, and there's been a lot of interest in preserving it. It's a period in architecture particularly that's fairly largely ignored by the historical community. There's been a significant number of those buildings of that vintage and that age that have been torn down without anybody saying anything, whereas if it had been a Victorian, there'd have been a bunch of people standing in front of the bulldozer.
This corner here, back in the 1930s, it was corner of all the trolley line, and it used to come all the way up to here. And I believe one of the developers who built the tower also built the Silverado Ballroom. We plan to bring it back the original ballroom so that the community can enjoy the space that designated for ballroom, for family occasion like wedding, reception, birthday party, entertainment. I was approved back in maybe 2011. The city will provide assistance to me with a loan to rehab the building, the interior of the building and the exterior of the building. And I have to relocate one of the tenants, which is the barber shop, so that we can make room for the renovation. But after we moved the tenant, and the funding never came.
Unfortunately, we're kind of standing on hold. The major part of the financing was going to be coming from redevelopment funds, which have all been frozen by the state, and in fact the state's taking the money to help balance the state budget. So consequently, the money that was set aside to do this project by the redevelopment agency is gone. And the city is looking around to see if they can find some more money to replace that money so that we can go ahead. Right now we're all kind of sitting around waiting. We were within, and we still are within, 2 or 3 weeks of being able to pull a building permit and actually start construction.
We've been keeping that building vacant now at least about 2 years now. It probably costs a little bit more than $100,000 if we have to rent it out. And we can afford to leave the building vacant.
Unfortunately, there are not a lot of options. Neighborhoods have been redeveloped and improved. There's 2 or 3 ways that they're done, and all of them involve an outside entity or the public agency or whatever putting money into it themselves and not expecting any return on that money. So in other words, it's got to be subsidized. Today, there just simply isn't enough in any kind of project to be able to do it without help from outside.